On Larry King Now, hip-hop dancer and child actor Miles Brown, a.k.a. Baby Boogaloo, and teenage culinary prodigy Flynn McGary. You started dancing when you were 3.
Yes.
Were you taught, or was it natural?
It was natural watching Michael Jackson dance and James Brown sing, and these group of guys called the Jabberwockies. Those 3 inspired me to dance.
The kind of origin is the food that my mom cooked I didn't really like. And at a certain point, I got kind of bored of it. So I was like, oh, I can try this myself.
You're a LeBron James man, right?
How'd you know that?
Does it bother you when they call you a kid chef?
People will call me the kid chef for now, but I just hope one day I won't still be known as the kid chef. I'll be known as the normal chef.
Plus, all next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. Our special guest is Miles Baby Boogaloo Brown, the 9-year-old hip-hop dancer and actor. He's appeared on Ellen DeGeneres' show, America's Got Talent. He's featured as well in Virgin America's safety video. And you can see him on your TV screens every week in the new hit show. He's Jack Johnson in ABC's sitcom Blackish. It airs Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. How'd you get the nickname Baby Boogaloo?
Well, first, my dad would always, he would bring these videos from France, these videos of dance battles, and so he would, they're called Just Debout, and so, in French, and so, and then these other videos of these guys dancing, which is actually Boogaloo, a form of popping, called the Electric Boogaloos, and so and then I started trying to do what they can do, and then me and my dad said, maybe we can give you a name also called Baby Boogaloo.
Here's a clip of Miles Baby Boogaloo Brown.
Wow, what about popping?
Okay, let me try.
Okay. Now, can you do hip hop?
I think so. Hey, Dad, I really like house.
Oh, word? You like the style of house, huh?
You started dancing when you were 3.
Yes.
Were you taught, or was it natural?
It was natural watching Michael Jackson dance and James Brown sing, and these group of guys called the Jabberwockies. Those 3 inspired me to dance.
I saw them in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very good. How would you describe your style of dance?
It's very, most of the style of when you dance popping is mostly standing up. Sometimes you can go to the ground, and it's mostly a form of waving, G-style, tutting, ticking, and there's other ones too.
Why do you love to do it?
Because I love to dance, and I love performing in front of people, and dancing is one of the best things for me to do also.
How were you discovered?
I was discovered because, have you heard of this movie a long time ago called Breaking?
Yeah.
Well, I used to watch those videos when I was 3 and 4, and so there's one of the scenes of that movie where they were at Santa Monica, and I've always wanted to go there and see what it was like to be there. And so my dad said, well, maybe you can even dance over there, and we can tape it. And so then we're thinking of auditioning for America's Got Talent by video. So he was taping me at Santa Monica while I was dancing, and while I was dancing, this girl walked by and said, because the crazy part is she's actually the one of the directors for the Ellen DeGeneres show. And so then she invited me to be on Ellen the same week.
And you made it.
Yes.
Yeah. So your parents encourage you to do this?
Yeah, and they also helped me. They also helped me with my dancing and my acting also, but basically it's mostly of who inspired me to do that.
Well, you're a natural. You go to public school, though, right?
Yes.
So do the other kids kid you or envy you, or how do they treat you? Now that you're a star, like.
They treat me the same way as if I was doing all this, but they would say, "Oh, that's cool. I wish I could be doing this too." But but yeah.
You dance in movies, commercials, on TV, live on stage. Do you like doing it all?
I love doing it, but it's also yes. You just have to remember to have fun as well.
Oh yeah, if you're not having a good time, it
Yeah.
ain't worth it. Now, you've been on America's Got Talent. You were in Justin Bieber's documentary, Believe, Yo Gabba Gabba, etc. Do you have a favorite thing you do?
My favorite thing? I don't know, but I have lots of favorites that I've done, like traveling and going places.
Yeah, you've had quite a young life. You ever get nervous?
Sometimes, like mostly when I would do, like, when I first came here too, I was nervous too, but
Today you were nervous here?
yes, when I first got here, I was pretty nervous because I've never actually did something as kind of big as this, but...
Oh, come on. You're a natural. Come on. You're on every Virgin America flight, right? You're
Yeah.
part of their safety video. How did you get that?
Also, I know the director who directed the safety video, John Chu, and I known him before because he also directs the Step Up movies, and I've auditioned for those before, and he's known me, and we're very good friends.
Have you ever been on a Virgin America flight?
Before I've been on it, but before I did the safety video, no. So,
After, now you should fly it once and people would flip, right?
Yeah.
You have fun doing that?
Yeah.
They paid you good money too, right?
That doesn't matter. But that was the fun. That was probably one of the most funnest things I did because I got to dance with other dancers that also inspired me too before, and I've always wanted to dance with them.
That's great. We have some music here. Would you dance a little for us?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I tell you what, a little freestyle here.
All right.
Play it, control room. That's great. Can you show me how to pop and lock?
All right.
I'm not going to stand up, but what do I do?
Okay, so first let's do this thing called, we're gonna do a wave with two hands. We're gonna wave from here. So we're gonna go like this. Then we're gonna go out to the elbows. And then go to the head and down. And then we're gonna go back up.
This is new for a Jew.
We're gonna go back up and then go back there. And then we're gonna go here. Boom.
Wow. Feels good. It's like an exercise, too,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
You are a great little kid. We're going to take a break and come right back, and we'll talk about the popular new sitcom Blackish when we get back. One of the popular new sitcoms that's on ABC is Blackish. How did you get the part of you are Jack Johnson?
Yes, well, it's also an audition process. First we did the first audition, then we did a callback, and then we did this thing called a test. And so also I was asked to do also another TV show, and then it was kind of back and forth, and then they decided Blackish try not to do the actual test and just.
You got it.
Yes.
And you have a twin sister on the show, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a twin sister. Her name is Marseille Martin.
Now, you do that. Are you able to go to school and do that?
Yes, also when I'm not filming, I'll be able to go back to school on those days.
How do you like acting?
Acting is fun. Even though sometimes people would say it would be hard, it would make it fun working with everyone. Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ellis Ross, Lawrence Fishburne. Everyone's fun to work with.
All right, what is your character? Tell me about him.
I play Jack Johnson. I'm the youngest in the family. I'm also the youngest of the twins, and my character is mostly I'm lovable. But sometimes you would see me being mysterious here and there, and I would always be curious of things, and that's basically Jack Johnson.
Anthony Anderson, a nice guy, plays your father. Lawrence Fishburne, another terrific guy, plays your grandfather. Have you learned a lot from them?
Yes, because they're the main people, because they're like the best people, because you would want to have Anthony Anderson as your dad and Lawrence Fishburne as your grandfather, because mostly if you would have a dad and a grandfather, it would be, kind of the serious type, but they're offset. They would it feels like a playground, because we would be playing catch with the football, always having fun.
What does your dad do, your real dad?
My dad, he raps. And,
Oh, he does?
And he actually said, maybe I can probably do a rap one day.
Do you ever get to dance on the set?
Yeah, I've danced on one of the episodes before, and it's really fun. Hopefully I can do more.
All your friends watching the show?
Yes, but luckily sometimes they would, it would be too late.
You have to go to sleep.
Yeah. But,
so you're in 4th grade?
Yes, I'm in 4th grade.
You do good in school?
So far, I think. Yes.
Okay, we're going to play a little game. I'll just ask you some questions, okay?
All right.
Just wait. What's a superpower you would like to have?
Laser eyes.
Laser eyes. What's your favorite music to dance to?
Hip hop.
Favorite singer or rapper?
Probably my dad or Michael Jackson.
Favorite sport to play?
Basketball.
Person you look up to most?
Probably mostly not a person, probably my family.
The whole family. Very good answer. Favorite video game you like to play?
Oh. Probably NBA 2K15.
You're a LeBron James man, right?
How'd you know that?
I know LeBron. I was
Really?
I was at his house for an hour. I interviewed him.
You read it?
Yeah, in Akron, Ohio.
That is awesome.
Oh, you can get to meet him now. You're a star.
I met him once at the All-Star game in Orlando.
Years ago.
Yes.
A couple years ago. But he comes here to play twice. He comes to play. Cleveland will come to play the Clippers. They'll come to play the Lakers.
Yeah.
You get out there, we'll set it up. What's been your favorite career moment so far?
Probably Virgin America.
Funniest person on the Blackish set?
Probably Anthony Anderson.
Best thing about appearing on the Ellen DeGeneres show?
Ellen's so fun and funny, and we always, we know each other very well.
Who's your favorite dancer?
Favorite dancer, Michael Jackson.
Is there a hidden talent you have that we don't know?
Hidden talents.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Come on, Miles.
I can be very funny.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Do you want to have a girlfriend?
No.
No. What do you do for fun?
I like to play baseball. I'm at basketball and baseball, and I like to have fun.
Favorite movie?
Probably Avengers.
Favorite actor?
Robert Downey Jr.
What do you want to be? All right, you're 9 years old.
Yes.
Take me 10 years from now. What do you want to be doing when you're 19?
Acting and being a professional basketball player.
Miles, you're an ace.
Thank you.
I want to thank my guest, Miles Baby Boogaloo Brown. Be sure to watch Blackish Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. on ABC. Stay tuned for the second half of the show with a culinary prodigy, Flynn McGary. Stay right there. We now welcome Flynn McGary to Larry King Now. At 10, he knew he wanted to cook. At 11, he mastered the French laundry cookbook and began plating with tweezers. At 12, he was already an in-demand chef at a supper club operating out of his mother's home. At 13, he began apprenticing under some of the best-known chefs in the world. He's now 15 and a bona fide culinary prodigy. Where did all this start, your love of food?
Well, the kind of origin is somewhat weird. My mom always gets mad when I say it, but it started because the food that my mom cooked, I didn't really like, or it's more of like a lot of normal kids would be fine with it. It was just very simple, but it was the same few things. And at a certain point, I got kind of bored of it. So I was like, oh, I can try this myself. And then
So you went into your own kitchen?
I went in my own kitchen, and at first, just tried cooking a couple really simple things, and then it's like, oh, I want a cookbook. So I went to the bookstore, and as a 10-year-old, I wanted the biggest, most expensive cookbook that was wrapped in plastic and all fancy, which happened to be the French laundry book. It was like on like a display, and it was like collector's. It had all this like fancy signage on it. I was like, I want that one. I was like, okay, get it. And then at that point, I had no clue what fine dining was. I had no clue about cooking other than just for eating. And then I just read through the entire book in one night, and it just completely blew my mind for what food could actually be. And I just became instantly obsessed.
So you loved it right away?
Right away.
And then you had a supper club, Eureka?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
So after a certain point of cooking, I was like, of cooking other people's food, I wanted to create my own stuff. And not just for like my family, because I kind of knew that they'd be just biased in their opinion if they didn't like something. Right. So it originally started as just inviting some of my mom's friends over to the house, and I cooked a meal for them. And then as it started to progress, more people came, there was more plates, there was more courses, there was more staff, and it just kind of had like a tumbleweed effect.
Were you charging people to come?
At first, we didn't charge people. We didn't charge people for a good year or so, and then at a certain point, it just became ridiculous to not charge people with the amount of food cost and labor cost.
Where is Eureka now?
Eureka now, well, at the moment, it's on hiatus because we're looking for a new space to do it. But throughout the couple years, it was at my house. We did it at this restaurant, Beer Beisel in Beverly Hills, and this restaurant, 57 downtown. So it kind of changes. It goes to different. It's a pop-up now, essentially. So it pops up in different restaurants.
Eventually, you want your own restaurant, right?
Yes.
We have an 8 to 10 course dinner at Eureka, right?
Yes.
You last cooked on October 20th.
We did like a test dinner, which was like I did a bunch of dishes that I've never cooked before. So we invited people for.
Was that this one?
That's that one, yeah. So
you cooked scallops.
They were raw scallops.
Raw scallops.
Well, I cooked some. There was this chip which was cooked, made from the scallops, and then a raw scallop. So
ocean trout.
That was
clams, Brussels sprouts, black cod, chanterelles, pumpkin, sunchokes, beefsteak, abalone, duck, yam, and apple dessert, right?
Yep.
Hazelnut and brown butter. Do you have a specialty?
I would say my specialty kind of changes depending on what menu it is, because I change the menu so often that I can't really like just have like a thing that's constantly running. But most recently, the special has been a beet Wellington, which is like a beet that's been smoked and dehydrated. It's wrapped in mushroom duxelle, beet greens, and puff pastry.
Do you have assistant chefs? You have
Yes.
to have people work with you. You
Yeah.
can't do this all yourself, right?
Yeah, I have lots of those people that help with these dinners.
You don't want to say you have a specific type of cuisine, right?
I mean, I kind of generalize it as progressive American because progressive is this menu is so different than like the last menu I did, and it's constantly changing. And then American because of the fact that there's Japanese influence and French and Chinese, all these different nationalities. So,
You told me you're schooled at home, right?
yeah.
Why did you? Is that your preference or your mother's
Yeah.
preference?
I mean, I've only been homeschooled for a few years, and it only happened once I started working in restaurants and doing
Because you got
this.
too much to do here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it takes up most of my time. I wouldn't really have time to go to school.
Do you still have friends?
Yeah,
Oh, you use tweezers to do what?
to place very small things delicately on a plate. I plate with a lot of tweezers, and it's just for the fact that if you just put something on with your hand, it's not going to go on the exact spot that you want it. It's not going to look as nice unless you use.
If you eventually had your own big restaurant, would you call it Eureka? How about Flynn's?
Flynn.
Flynn is a great name.
I would say Flynn sounds like a pub almost. It's
Yeah, a
not,
little Irish. Yeah.
little Irish, but
McGarry's would certainly
Gary's
be a
would
pub.
certainly be a pub. But I don't know. I would say the name comes much later.
You've apprenticed at Grant Oshot's restaurants, next Alina in Chicago, Daniel Hum's 11 Madison Park in New York. You've even cooked at the White House. How'd you get that?
So I met the pastry chef from the White House at this event in Seattle for this cookbook food lab called Modernist Cuisine, and he was like, they were doing the Easter egg roll, and he put me in the hat to come and do a cooking demonstration there, and they picked me. So
Did you go in the White House kitchen?
yeah, we got the full tour of the.
Cook for the president?
No, I did a cooking like demonstration on the lawn, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, didn't cook for the president yet.
You're a prodigy. Obviously, you're a natural cook, right? I mean, you just took to it right away.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely came very easily.
More with Chef Flynn McGary. Yeah, Flynn's would be Irish. When we return. We're back with Chef Flynn McGary. What a story. I hear there's a documentary about you. Tell me about it.
So this documentarian, Cameron Yates, about a little over a year ago, sent my mom and I an email saying that he just wanted to meet up and maybe start filming something. So we met with him and then just really liked him. So we were like, okay, you can start filming. And he's been filming for a little over a year now. And it's just been like the dinners and kind of like this and just
When's it coming out?
Don't know. We'll see. What the story kind of takes place after it's all filmed.
You want to have your own television show someday, and like the cooking chefs that appear on TV? That's so in now.
I don't know. I think if the right opportunity is there, yes. But if it's not the exact thing I want, I wouldn't do it.
What does the family think about all this?
They're incredibly supportive, or else I wouldn't be able to do this. I mean, there's a point where they let me turn my kitchen into a bedroom, into opposite actually.
You turned
bedroom
your
into a kitchen. Then it went kitchen to bedroom. It went backwards. Now I have a normal bedroom again. The kitchen's in the kitchen.
Do you cook at home for just the family?
Very rarely, because I work 5 days a week in a restaurant, so I'm not home pretty much 5 days a week.
You go to a different restaurant every night, or you go to the same restaurant?
No, I work at this restaurant, Alma, which is downtown. So I work there 5 days a week, and then when I do that for so many hours every single day, on my 2 days off, I kind of want to take a little break from cooking.
Has your mother gotten to be a better cook?
I don't know.
Because you don't know, because you haven't eaten
I
it.
think she definitely now, like when she cooks something and I'll like come and be like, oh, what if you did that? She's just like, why don't you just do it?
Does it bother you when they call you a kid chef?
No, I mean, I'm technically a teenager, but
Yeah, you are. You're 15, right?
yeah,
I have a 15-year-old boy.
it's what it is. people will call me the kid chef for now, but I just hope one day I won't still be known as the kid chef. I'll be known as the normal chef.
Do you miss going to high school?
Not really. I feel like I have such a strong passion for this that there's not much else I'd rather be doing.
So you don't think you've missed out on something?
No. Not
Your
at all.
goal is, I guess, to have some backers and open your own place, right? Your
Yeah.
own real place.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills or something, right?
New York.
New York.
New York.
Why?
I feel for the type of food that I want to do and the type of restaurant I want, New York is the place for that.
Envision it for me. What kind of restaurant?
Not too big, like 40 seats or so, and then just like, depending on the space is all about how
Expensive?
it would look. It would have to be expensive.
High quality.
Very high quality, tasting menu only, kind of almost what I'm doing now, but just better because I have the resources to do it.
Well, you'll get back. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
you're gonna get. You're
With
gonna
time,
have it.
it'll happen.
What was it like when you worked with famous chefs?
It's incredible just to see like how they think of food and how they run their kitchens, and also just the advice that they have for how to get to where they are is invaluable.
Did you see that movie, Chef?
I did.
A funny movie.
It was
Great
really
movie. Do you know it's going to taste good?
There's a certain point where you know what flavors go together, because I always say there's like an encyclopedia in your brain that's like all of the ingredients and then how to cook them and then what ingredients go together. So like for this menu, I hadn't tested any of them and I just put these flavors together and then I taste them for the first time. There was some where I was like completely surprised that they tasted good, and then there's other combinations that are just like somewhat traditional to me.
You learn going, right?
Yeah, you taste something here and those two go together, and then you taste something there and those two go together, and then they all go together and it creates a dish.
We play a little game of If You Only Knew. Just threw some questions at you. What's your favorite personal food?
Pretzels.
Pretzels.
Pretzels. I eat a lot of pretzels.
I like pretzels.
Pretzels are delicious.
Long, thin ones or round ones? Round gold or?
The like either soft pretzels or big crunchy pretzels.
Oh.
I like the crunch of a pretzel.
What's your least favorite food?
Papaya.
Ingredient that you find the most intimidating to use?
I want to say recent abalone almost. I've just kind of figured out how to cook it really nicely.
3 people you'd like to have dinner with or cook for?
Or cook for. 3 people I like to cook for. I feel like one would be Anthony Bourdain. I feel like would really
I like him.
be fun. Then Thomas Keller. And who's another one? Maybe just because that seems a little serious. I really like Aziz Ansari, and he's very into food.
Would you be do you get nervous when you cook at night, let's say at a restaurant?
Do I get nervous?
Yeah, I mean, they're out there eating, you look.
No, not at all. When I'm cooking, I kind of get into like a zone and kind of forget about like everything else that's going on. It's just about the food.
Give me your pet peeve.
My pet peeve, like in a kitchen or just in general?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. I really don't like the sound of like a fork scraping.
A cork?
A fork, like
Oh, me
scraping
too.
on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I get
The
gringles.
Same.
Do you ever go to fast food restaurants?
Very rarely.
You are amazing, Flynn. You are going to be amazing success. I'm going to go to your restaurant when you open it in New York.
We'll have a seat waiting for you.
You're going to keep it Eureka? You're
I don't know. We'll see.
not going to be Flynn's, though.
Not gonna be Flynn. No, neither McGarry's.
Thanks to my guest, Flynn McGary, and also Miles Brown. And remember, you can catch me on Twitter @KingsThings.